Hi everyone, let's find the value of x in this problem. We have a trigonometric equation and we are looking for the value of x there. So let's go. Solution, we have sine x equals 0.5. Okay, so there's something we need to know before we can solve this problem, and that is our angles in the quadrant. Now look at what I mean by the quadrant. This is a circle, so we're going to divide this circle into 4, okay, so that this will be an angle of 90, 90, 90, 90. So this right here is the first quadrant, this is the second quadrant, this is the third quadrant, and this is the fourth quadrant. Okay, so the first quadrant, runs from 0 degree to 90 degree, just like we can see. We call this place 0 degree, then we call this 90 degree, and then we call this 180 degree, then we call this 270 degree, then this 0 degree also stands for 360 degree, meaning that if you're going to go in anti-clockwise, you start from 0 degree and you're coming to stop at 360 degree. But there's this acronym that we need to know. Okay, we call it ASTC. You can use anything to remember this. Okay, some people say this is all students take chemistry. All students take chemistry. But remember that S here is for the sine, T is the tangent, that is tan, and then the C is the cosine. So all students take chemistry. Now, what do you need to know? In this first quadrant, all is positive. That's why we have A here. In the first quadrant, all is positive. So let's put A here to show that everything, all of them, sine is positive, tan is positive, and cosine is also positive. Then in the second quadrant, what do? We say that only the sine, that's why we have S there. Only the sine is what? Positive. Every other one is negative. Then in the third quadrant, only the tan is positive. So let me put C here. Only the tan is positive. And then in the fourth quadrant, only the cosine is positive. So from here now, you go back to the equation given to us where we have sine x equals 0.5. And 0.5 is a positive value. 0.5 is a positive value. So that means if we are going to look for sine x equals 0.5, we should be able to look at angles within the first quadrant and another angle within the second quadrant, because it's only here and here that we have positive sign. Okay, here the sign is negative and here the sign is negative. So this means that we are not going to make use of the fourth quadrant and the third quadrant. Our emphasis will be what? On the first and the second. Remember, the first quadrant, the angles in the first quadrant ranges from 0 degree to 90 degree. And in the second quadrant, it ranges from 90 degree to 180 degree. So what, what do? Let's get the value of x. Okay, so let me write it here. Remember, we said sine x is equal to 0.5. So to get the value of x, you will take the sine inverse of 0.5. So that means that our x will be equal to the sine inverse of 0.5. So that means that our x is equal to 30 degree. If you press your calculator, you're going to have this. So our x is equal to 30 degree. And this 30 degree is in the first quadrant. I told you from 0 to 90. So 30 degree is in the first quadrant. Then let's get our the angle in the second quadrant. How do we get that? Remember, the second quadrant is from 0 to 180, and we already have our x this x is already 30 degree. So to get another angle that will have this same value, 0.5, we are going to take this 30 out of 180. So the next value of the angle here will be what? 180 minus 30, and that is 150 degree. So what are the two values of x now? We are saying that x is equal to 30 degree, and then the same x is equal to 150 degree. If you want to be sure what we have done, take your calculator, enter sine 30, you're going to have 0.5, then enter again sine 150, you will still have the same 0.5. If you love this video, what do? Share, like, and comment. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.